Viego, definitely not what I saw coming in this one, and that is a tough pick to play out.
How many junglers do we need?
Okay, all right, well, Zach is going into the top lane. You have to imagine the Viego will be the jungle with the Sejuani support here. But this composition feels so fragile. It feels so brittle in how its win cons have to be played out. Scales incredibly well, and it does fight decently early around package fights and Senna's roaming. But if it falls behind a little bit, if it loses a team fight or two in those early skirmishes, it's just done. You know, it doesn't really have legs to stand on, especially the Viego aspect of this composition.
It does make me think, because one of the picks we've seen, obviously everyone thinks Sion when they think lane swaps, but Zach has also been a really powerful one. The dive potential with the passive early, very potent, and he is a very low econ top laner.
Make their way out onto the Rift. I do feel like we had about 4 games worth of game in game number 1. And we'll see who has the longevity to survive here. Often, but Zeus was playing it before it was cool. He's now going to get knocked up before it was cool.
They both
And some biffo here towards the top side. Ignore the fact that they're taking damage, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to go away.
As yes, it is something that they're just happy to do for the entirety of the game. Doran, you can see, eating up that Fury. We'll get another knock up here.
I'm not going to lie.
Standing on the block.
15-1 on it now, and 5-1 versus the Varus. Doran.
Yeah, another knockup does come on through here as, okay, elastic slingshot, the flash out from Doran.
At this point, some bad trades can't really push things out of your favor. Doran will use the TP already to get back into lane.
Yeah, gonna grab a refillable, so more healing. Those skirmishes we talked about with Viego, with the early team fights is area.
Yeah, a bit of a crash down does come on through there. The chains do lock down Delight. We know that Peanut's in the area, the Ignite ticking down.
They don't know.
No vision.
Yeah, there's the flash forward from Carrier. Viper able to try and get off to the side. Good crash down to try and get him out of there, but there's the permafrost, and Viper will be taken down. Kumiyushi gets the first blood.
Here, Peanut's coming over as well. Huge opportunity.
Yeah, Peanut charging up that Vault Breaker. Zona gets into the miss. Doran gonna come on over as well. Looks to tunnel in on top of the Viego. That's a lot invested for a Gromp. They will be able to at least get the Gromp. As Kumiyushi now comes on over, Carrier just 1v1ing Viper here towards the bottom side. A little bit dangerous with the amount of minions. That does crash down does come on in. As Zeus, he's getting very, very small. Still able to get a decent knock-up, but he's going to explode him. And now the Bloblet's coming on forward. Doran, can you take them down in time is the question. Only gets a couple, and now Zeus makes his way back in, but will not have that passive available for the next.
Burrow underground.
This is a little bit dangerous as Faker is going to get engaged on. Immediately flashes away the Glacial Prison. Going to go wide. There is the lockdown on the Dragon for T1. But Delight gets them on in there. They take down Faker. Empress Divide is massive. And it's 2 kills to start off the fight. Carrier is not long for the world either. And Harmolife Esports, they lose a Drake, but they'll take 3.
This is great. Absolutely.
Like, you'd love...
안주가 너무 잘했다 우리들을.
That was awesome. As far as the CS is concerned, especially now as he tidies up this wave. Might be face checking though, as there's the Vault Breaker in. The ulti comes down. Empress Divide is avoided though as Faker.
And look, that's 2 ults down. On a life without that pick can't contest top side.
Oh yeah, Doran in possibly a bit of trouble here as there's the Void Rush to come out. Dawning Shadow to keep them alive, but he tunnels his way and he survives. Yeah, this is so dangerous. They do manage to take down the second dragon, but they look for the engage. There's the package delivered over the top, and it's Owner that goes down first. Zeka will find Faker's special delivery, and it's Onwa that managed to get it on over, and it's a Hextech Drake on top of everything. T1 pretty happy that they're at least able to get the Drake.
Yeah.
And they are going to play it safe, as now Faker dove on here by Doran just a little bit.
And he just already looks so tanky at this point.
Yeah, no, this is kind of ridiculous. As Kumiyushi going to come on over, Piercing Darkness not going to work out. As now, let's see whether Zeus is going to survive. He flashes forward, gets the head bomb. The Empress Divide is going to throw him against the wall as they focus the turret. The Vault Breaker is going to get the shield for Peanut, and Zeka, he survives.
B8, oh, TP coming in.
Yeah, TP from Zeka here moves towards this top side as now Faker having to deal with it. Conquering Sand's going to come through, and of course there's Peanut turns up, and that is going to be just the last Sand Soldier auto, and Zeka just collects it.
I mean, we're very late, and also, you know, Faker doesn't have that many quite stacked up yet. Again,
This flank angle pretty big from Zeus, like you were talking about. Keria making his way in. The Drake already secured Hanwha's first of the game, but there is the elastic slingshot. They dive on in, the package down as well, and they take down Zeka, the priority target. Doran looks for the backline and will be able to trade the mid laners, and there is a great Magnus Storm as well. Viper, the next one that can try and carry this fight as Ona is starting to pop off, but the piercing arrow going to take him down. Zeus now just trying to peel as best he can. Peanut, how are you still alive? Almost managing to escape as Viper has to flash away. Doran, of course, can just survive for basically forever. He'll make his way out as Viper was kind of baited into this one and will be falling down. Dodges a few abilities, and T1 win a team fight.
It's just tank diff. It's just tank diff. Both of these tanks, all three of these tanks rather, running rampant in these fights.
Definitely a big lease on life here for T1. But like you mentioned, Hanwha managed to get themselves their first dragon of the game. And there's a Glacial Prison. That's going to connect onto Viper, who does cleanse it.
But Faker, he's just so behind in terms of his itemization. He does not match the poke of Zeka, ironically enough.
No! Crash down, Keria going to get knocked up and destroyed. Zeus diving on in there. Doesn't find the stretch. Armstrong, the kill back does come on in though. And now Ona, he knows how to play the Rel. And Prisvine does nothing. The Heartbreaker dives over it. And Faker will now get into that backline. And Ona pretty good at the Azir as well. Very nicely done. He'll now just transform into everyone. And the snowball of the team fight is beautiful. T1, they love going to Baron. They're going to do so now.
And one of our tankiest members.
Man, beautifully played here by Ona is okay. Hanwha, if at first you don't succeed, they're going to try again. This time, Viper not in range of the Zakas. Faker once again looking for a package angle. And this dragon is up and available. Hanwha still trying to fight tooth and nail for this. And Zeus does take a Hex Gate over. That's a teleport in from Doran. Just gets into the pit. Of course, he can do this because the Rek'Sai Shi is so incredibly tanky. And just now, going to be burrowed around, moving in. Let's see who manages to take it. It's Peanut, the lock down the dragon, but can they win a fight is the question. Doran unable to tunnel his way out. And that is going to be a kill going over to Zeus. So T1, that will take the fight. This Corki. Every one of these rockets that Hanwha avoids, they're going to feel very good about it. There's an ulti. It is going to connect somehow onto Delight, but he's not exactly the primary target.
Win this one as Guma still has flash and cleanse. Faker's got flash. Valkyrie.
Well, there's the engage attempt onto Gumushi, but he just flashes away. Slinks into the mist as well. And Kuma is not going to be killed that easily. They do manage to get the flash. That is definitely important, but now the re-engage comes through Doran. He manages to grab it out of thin air.
Looks like they wanted this group.
Over the wall as Delight. He has an opportunity as well. Peanut gets into the back of the pit. This is dangerous. Has to flash away immediately. Now Doran, he's able to take the front door, and T1 are going to peel away. Faker still with that package up. They want to get that turn, and they're going to need to do it sometime soon. Now the package is going to be used just to try and rout Doran here, but it isn't exactly the most. He actually just decides to go back on top of the package. I don't know about that one. That is going to be Ona getting his first kill of the fight. Takes down the big tank of this one, and both flashes from the carries are now on cooldown for Hanwha Life.
And this may just be both objectives to T1 here. They can rush down this Baron now, and with Doran down, it's hard for Hanwha to stop. I mean, Peanut doesn't have flash. They don't have vision.
All right, Peanut and Delight still here. There's the CC onto the buy. He is very tanky, but the Rel is going to go down. Faker's just executed, but I just don't think it's enough to win them this fight. Viper cannot turn up in time. Another teleport going to come on in as Zeka. He could be the hero, but full information is there for T1. And they will be able to take down this Baron. Zeka.
Be able to, we often see the Corki like pick it up last second and come over. T1 will have ample time to set up for this soul fight. Now, Hanwha Esports are trying to attack Keria, but you're going to take so long to kill him.
Yeah, this is taking forever, and there is no damage here in this fight. Remember, this is a lot of tanks. Of course, there is Peanut there. They will be able to get through the Sejuani, but they have to invest everything to take him down, and they'll lose an inhibitor for it. They may even lose the base, as the backs have now been started for Hanwha Esports. Going Shadow just to stop them, and they'll take the first Nexus turret. There is so much damage under these turrets as well with the Corki in the center.
It's pretty big.
We ran into that problem in the last game as well.
I think it's easy to focus on the carries as well, but Zeus has 4 full items. He is, I think he's hit immortality at this point.
Yeah.
And we normally talk about the Rek'Sai being hard to
Threatening that bottom inhibitor, taking it down. Is Peanut now in trouble?
Yeah, Perry just going to interrupt him here as Peanut tries to take the Hex Gate, but it is not going to work out. He gets himself a big old shield and is just going to be taken out. Feels like a little bit like he was throwing away his life there.
Yeah, I mean, he could have maybe tried to set up for a sandwich, but there's just no control. He's identified early.
Oh god. Oh, Delay taking so much damage here as now T1 pushing down this mid inhibitor turret. That is going to evaporate. And this feels a whole lot cleaner. There is the engage. The elastic swing shot, fantastic by Zeus to make sure they're all CC. The Emperor's Divide tries to get something done, but it's from the grave for Zeka. And once again, just engaging with reckless abandon is Zach. Gorgeous this game. And T1, they will answer back and make this best of 5 a best of 3 and win one against Humble Life for the first time this playoffs.
And I feel like, you know, game 1 we saw Humble Life composition. 박아볼게. 바로 쓰고 조심.
타워부터.
한 번 더 해도 돼.
이거 타워 하나야. 해도 돼.
야, 봐줄래?
잘 걸었다.
아지를 잡아줘야 돼. 야, 좋아. 나 아지르야.
끼가려면 끝내 생각해. 탱커들이 어차피 다
바로 땡겼어.
렉사인.
바로
렉사인.
좋아 보이는데?
빨리 말고.
타워. 나이스. 끝내자.
바로 치고 올게.
나이스.
나이스.